Travis Kelce talks about sweet holiday time with girlfriend Taylor Swift in New York City on a podcast on Monday, December 30th. The Kelce brothers took to the airwaves for the New Heights podcast. A snippet of the Kelce brothers' conversation was released ahead of the full episode's release on Wednesday. During the conversation, the Kelce brothers talked about the Chiefs win over the Pittsburgh Steelers last Wednesday. Jason said, "It's great that you guys had a memorable Christmas game." Travis said, "Yeah, and Mahomes stole the show with his impressive performances that helped the Chiefs win a memorable game." Jason said, "Oh man, you're so humble. You had a great game too." Travis laughed and said, "Maybe, but it was a big holiday celebration." Jason asked, "Hey man, does NFL cake taste great?" Travis said, "Oh, right after the game, Mahomes and I got to enjoy that cake. It was probably made of chocolate and nothing special. I just tried one piece. What's special here is the feeling you get to touch that cake simply because you're the chosen one. No one else." Jason clapped and said, "Wow, right, dude? That was the highlight of Christmas." Then Kelce asked Travis, after that win, "Did you guys have a good trip, Travis?" Travis Kelce said, "New York gave me some great trips. The most memorable one was Ashley Aon's birthday party, a friend of Taylor." Jason said, "That was definitely a great party." Travis said, "Maybe because it was my first time entering a private party. You know, those fancy places you have to be a member of the restaurants list. Taylor had booked me in almost 6 months ago, and now I was able to set foot in there. Honestly, everything was overwhelming." Jason said, "It seems like it was a party for very special people." Travis said, "I think it can be said that too. Everything related to that party, especially the guests, will be kept secret forever. If you accidentally reveal it, I think you will not be able to set foot in that place even once. There are some very strict rules there. If you want to have a long-term connection, you have to comply." Jason said, "Wow, I actually had a little idea of the luxury of that party." Travis said, "Trust me, everything in front of you is crazy." Then both Kelce brothers laughed happily. Jason said, "I've seen Ashley twice before at your games. Once at the Super Bowl and one at Arrowhead Stadium." Travis said, "Yeah, Ashley has been with Taylor to a few Chiefs games. She's a friendly and fun person. Especially her fashion products are very popular." Jason said, "Oh, and what about you and Taylor? You two must have been very happy." Travis laughed and said, "Our outing was caught in a rainstorm. Taylor, she was having fun walking in the rain. I tried to cover her from the rain, but that made her even more excited when we both got wet." Jason laughed and said, "Wow, you guys had a romantic outing in the rain." Travis said, "I don't know either, but maybe the weather made us sneeze constantly." Jason said, "What, US? You're not alone." "Travis, are you having a big problem with the weather?" Travis nodded and said, "Yes, the weather in New York is probably a little colder than in Kansas, but it was a great experience anyway. Because of the weather, we came back to Kansas City earlier than expected. You know, it's almost New Year's." Jason looked a little surprised and said, "Guys, us? You don't mean you're coming back to see alone?" "Travis, Taylor is coming with you too." Travis Kelce laughed and said, "Maybe this will be the first New Year's Eve together. You know, that really makes me nervous." Jason said, "Wow, I'll come to your house to play. When the new year comes, I'll be happy, Travis." Travis said, "Oh, of course. But if you bring gifts, that would be great." Then both Kelce brothers laughed happily. Taylor Swift, known for her subtle political and personal messages in her music and fashion, has left fans guessing once again. While heading out for a date night in New York City with NFL star Travis Kelce, the 35-year-old pop icon may have made a reference to a 3,000-year-old European myth. Her fashion choice has sparked widespread speculation, with fans suggesting it may carry political undertones related to feminism and her public support for Vice President Kamala Harris in the 2024 U.S. presidential election. For the evening, Swift donned a stylish Stella McCartney wool dinner jacket decorated with crystals along the hem, paired with a sleek black mini dress, diamond-patterned tights, and Marc Jacobs boots. However, it was her Versace Crystal Lamb Medusa mini bag that truly caught the attention of her eagle-eyed followers. The bag features Medusa's head, a Greek mythological figure associated with rage, punishment, and power. Medusa, cursed by Athena, could turn anyone who gazed into her eyes into stone before ultimately being slain by Perseus. Fans quickly noted that the Medusa imagery could be a subtle reference to the story's themes of empowerment and revenge. Medusa, traditionally viewed as a monster with snakes for hair, has been reinterpreted in modern times as a symbol of resistance against oppression, making it an ideal symbol for feminism. Some fans speculate that Swift may be using this ancient myth as a nod to her political leanings and her advocacy for women's rights. Despite the fan theories, Swift has not confirmed whether the Medusa bag was indeed meant as a political or personal statement. She appeared to enjoy her evening in New York City, dining on Japanese food with Kelce along with friends Jack Antonoff and Margaret Qualley in what appeared to be a double date. The couple, who have been dating for over 16 months, have also become the subject of much speculation regarding their future, with constant questions about when they might tie the knot. However, it seems both Swift and Kelce are enjoying their time together, keeping their focus on their relationship rather than the constant media attention. Medusa's myth is one of the most enduring in Greek mythology, symbolizing both the complexities of power and the consequences of anger. Cursed by the goddess Athena, Medusa transformed into a monstrous figure with snakes for hair, capable of turning anyone who looked at her into stone. She was ultimately tricked by Perseus into looking at her own reflection, leading to her beheading. Throughout history, Medusa has been reinterpreted in various ways, often symbolizing feminist strength and the power of vengeance against societal injustices. While Swift has yet to comment on whether her choice of accessory was a deliberate nod to the myth of Medusa, her fans are certainly connecting the dots. The Kansas City Chiefs, led by quarterback Patrick Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce, are getting better as the season goes on. They have dominated the 2024 NFL season, securing the AFC's #1 seed with a 15-1 record. But this success presents a unique challenge for the NFL and its broadcasting partners. With their playoff position secured, the Chiefs are likely to rest key players in their final regular season game against the Denver Broncos on January 4th or 5th. Mahomes is currently nursing an ankle injury, while the 35-year-old Kelce is a prime candidate for rest. With this in mind, the Chiefs will have a bye during Wild Card Weekend, January 11th to 13th, delaying their next meaningful game until the divisional round on January 18th or 19th. This schedule could result in nearly a month without Mahomes and Kelce on the field, and obviously, this could mean lower ratings if they were to be selected for broadcast. The Chiefs have been central to several high-profile broadcasts this season, including a Black Friday special on Amazon Prime against the Las Vegas Raiders and a Christmas Day game featured in a Netflix special, which set a streaming record with nearly 65 million US-based viewers. The potential absence of the Chiefs' star players from upcoming broadcasts raises concerns about television ratings and viewer engagement during a critical period of the NFL season. The league and its broadcasters may need to adjust their strategies to maintain audience interest in the weeks leading up to the Chiefs' return to action. While the Chiefs' dominance underscores their exceptional performance, it also brings challenges for those in charge of selecting the most viewable games. But as this NFL season has proven so far, there are a host of other teams that can challenge the Chiefs for the Super Bowl next year. Therefore, it is not expected to be a problem to find another great matchup for broadcast. The Kansas City Chiefs have been afforded a luxury that only a couple of teams get each year in the NFL: rest. That priceless commodity was secured after the Chiefs defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers on Christmas Day to wrap up the #1 seed and home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs, which begin next month. But despite their 15-1 record, Kansas City will have question marks entering the playoffs, irrespective of its result in Week 18 against the division rival Denver Broncos. The Chiefs have won a high number of one-score games this season to the point where the team's critics have derided their style of playing and winning as unsustainable. Knowing this, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid and general manager Brett Veach will be looking for any marginal advantage possible in order to pursue a Super Bowl three-peat. If and when the Miami Dolphins are eliminated from playoff contention, the league will be on high alert as to the status of veteran defensive tackle Calais Campbell. Campbell, who reached the Super Bowl as a rookie with the Arizona Cardinals in 2008, has never lifted the Vince Lombardi trophy. Campbell, 38, has been selected to 6 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pro teams in his excellent career, and he is third among all active players in career quarterback sacks. Omar Kelly of the Miami Herald has reported that the Chiefs, the Detroit Lions, and the Minnesota Vikings all would have interest in Campbell, should the Dolphins release him following Sunday's game against the Cleveland Browns. Adding Campbell to a pass rush that already includes Chris Jones and George Karlaftis would bolster the Chiefs' defense and give Kansas City's playoff opponents even more to fear besides an offense that has superstars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. But even if Campbell heads to the NFC instead, the Chiefs continue to look for any win they can get in terms of personnel so that it will translate onto the gridiron when it matters most. Carson Wentz is expected to get the nod in the Chiefs' regular season finale against the Denver Broncos, according to Fox Sports NFL insider Peter Schrager. "I'm told Mahomes is not going to play next week, and Carson Wentz is going to start," Schrager said. "And I'll go one step further and say they're going to elevate practice squad quarterback Chris Oladipo, and he's possibly going to get some snaps this week." The Chiefs locked up the number 1 overall seed when they improved to 15-1 in their Christmas Day victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Several other key members of the Kansas City juggernaut are also expected to sit out, including tight end Travis Kelce and defensive tackle Chris Jones. 24 days of rest is almost unheard of in the NFL, but for some of Kansas City's starters, that's what they'll be getting. Jones said on Sunday's edition of that other pregame show on CBS Sports Network, "This game might not have meaning to the Chiefs, but it will mean everything to the Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. There is one playoff spot left in the AFC, with the Broncos, Bengals, Colts, and Dolphins all still in play for it." With the 8-8 Bengals 30-24 defeat of the Broncos on Saturday, they will need the Broncos to lose against the Chiefs next week, along with defeating the Steelers. In addition to that, the Indianapolis Colts and Miami Dolphins each need to lose at least one of their last 2 games. With Wentz under center, the Broncos will be facing a different Chiefs front. Selected as the number 2 overall pick by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2016 NFL Draft, Wentz entered the league with sky-high expectations. Wentz appeared destined for NFL greatness, but a promising career took a downer after a devastating injury. As a rookie in 2016, Wentz started all season for the Eagles, finishing with a 7-9 record. In his second year, he led the team to an impressive 11-2 start and emerged as one of the league's top quarterbacks. However, his momentum was abruptly halted when he suffered an ACL tear in Week 14. After the Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2018 with backup Nick Foles, Wentz's game regressed, and he was eventually traded to Indianapolis in 2021. Life after Philadelphia has been a step backward for Wentz, serving varying roles with the Colts, Washington Commanders, and the Los Angeles Rams.